Welcome to the Land Your Bet Sports Betting Show. Appreciate y'all for running on Josh time with me. I'm here. We're going to get it. So let's talk about this 10-game slate and not waste any time. I'm going to be taking your looks. I got some bets down. I only got like 5 bets down already for this slate. And there's a bunch of news that we got to wait on. So I imagine there's a solid 5 more coming. I'm going to share the projections that we've got running. We've got Swish in the chat here as well. He is the developer. Let's be very, very clear. Like all the sick stuff that's going on landyourbets.com. This is the partner in crime, man. And so he's got the model that'll make you holla. We got to figure out something for that. He's got a solid model. And it's really just his brain with a smattering of all of the things that he's got that he's putting into the model that's really helping us get the best numbers. So I'm going to share that. This is some insight. We are like selling that as a projection, as a package rather, on the site. But I'm happy to share some of that stuff with you guys. And then as always, I'm going to be sharing Props Madness as well. So I'm going to run down real quick too. When you see Swish in here, if you have any questions about said model, right? This is a magic word that I think people probably misuse when they talk about a model. They're like, hey, I've got the model. They might not. I don't know. We have something that you can use yourselves. I'm not just talking about some magical thing behind the curtain that like gets us the answers to all the bets. We know how to use this thing. So I'm hoping you guys will get something out of it too. But ask him whatever questions you have. If you have anything that you're like, what is this? How does this work? Why does it do this? Will this help? Blah, blah, blah. Whatever it is, Swish is here so we can get some answers from him on all that stuff. I might learn something too from him, but let's see what we got going on. We got everybody in here, so I appreciate that. And Teddy got in real quick with the KC Monday Night Football game here with Kelsey 25 plus, Mahomes 15 plus rush yards, found the 2-leg for plus money. Not bad. Wow. That's pretty sick. If you found that for plus money, that's wonderful. He is averaging, 35 yards per game right now. The Pat Mahomes, best of his career for the rush. So I see that. And Kelsey, 25 yards. It's him and Rashee Rice underneath all day. So I do like the two of them doing pretty well with the receptions. But what's up, Fly Price? Good to have you in here too, bro. We got Corey Parker in here. We got Admin Sheer Lander in here. We got Carlos in here. Let's see. Oh, and we got Guest Capper. Mike's here too. So if you have any questions, ask. He's out over in Jamaica. So big ups, Mike. Nah, dude. You're definitely here before me. Like I said, I run on a different clock for whatever reason. Maybe it's the ADD. All right. So AD. Speaking of that, over 26 and nice segue. 26.5 PA. Let me star this and start putting some stars next to these bets so I don't forget them. Tonio likes some SGA. What's up, Amber? Let us know if you got a bet in here too. Always good to have Amber in here from the VIP. We got Drake, Mr. Too Easy. Nice. What's up, man? We got Houday. I love that name. Houday 23. No, yeah, we're back, bro. We're back. We the fifth is here, always keeping me humble, calling me out for my Bryce Sensabaugh in the comments. All I'm saying is his basketball stroke is nice. We the fifth. That's what I mean. I think you know that. No doubt, man. Yeah, we had some big cashes so far, so I appreciate that. This is a good one to at least talk about. Pusha P. Thank you for using his proper nomenclature here, Sean. Like, yeah, for Pusha right now, his stuff's getting high, and this is him playing with the starter. So we got to be a little bit careful that we're not just expecting him to take over the second unit and dominate backups anymore. And his props are up at 17.5 points, not 9.5 points like we would get last year, right? We need to take a look at this. This is everything today right now for this game. There's a 243 point total in this Hawks and Bulls game, but we don't have Jalen Johnson, Josh Giddey, Kristaps Porzingis, Zach Risache. All 4 of those dudes are currently questionable. Pretty important guys for each team, so we're gonna need to see what's up with them before we can really bet too much on that game. Carlos is looking at JB. If he's not even questionable, I think he's probably gonna go unless it's a random out at the end of the whatever at the buzzer. Basically, we get a update for Jaylen Brown. But Pelicans are not good at rebounding, I'll say. I mean, they've gone up against a couple good rebounding teams and some good teams in general. And I don't think the Celtics are very good at rebounding either. Aren't they like 20-something as well? Like, they're pretty bad when it comes to rebounding. But I'll take a look at this one, Carlos. I got this starred right here. I do like Zion today. If he plays, he's still questionable, I believe, right? Got the Jaylen Brown looking here. The double-double. So if you're saying that you like the rebounds for Jaylen Brown, we can take a look at that, Nicholas. Yeah, so AD, and I don't think we have any centers other than him playing, right? Are Gafford and Lively out now for the Mavs? Yeah, they're definitely out. National Tight End Day. Yeah, that is crazy how on Tight End Day these dudes go nuts. If you want some Kelsey stuff tonight, yes, Reed Shepard, I do like tonight. I've got him starred as well. Oh, not there yet. All right. Well, good luck in Jamaica, Mike. But like I said, if you've got any questions about some angles that are not being considered in the market, Mike is the dude who's zagging whenever people are zigging. I love Bryce Sensabaugh. I got him in the something to talk about. Put him down in the video last night as well. Let me know what you're looking at for Şengün, T-Moss. We could be talking about assists. We could be talking about rebounds. I suppose we could talk about points, but let me see what else we got. Yeah, JJ we need to see about. So we'll see, Ron, if he's out there. I love everything over for player props for both these teams. When we talk about the Bulls and Hawks, we just need to know who is playing for the Bulls and Hawks. Let's see. We are getting it for sure. What's up, Sonic VT2? Good to have you back. Da Silva, yeah, I mean, he's going to keep shooting. Is he going to make any? I don't know, but at least you got the field goal attempts and not even that. Evil Ben Affleck, is that? Wait a second, do I get Evil Ben Affleck? I like that. Is that like a you white, you Ben Affleck from Role Models kind of thing? If I look like Ben Affleck, that's wonderful. Is he still with J-Lo? Like, that would be fantastic. Bryce says that. Nah, not with that. All right, we'll move it past it. You're going to get everybody in trouble. Trey Murphy boards is a look, AJ. Let me start that. Yeah, no, I mean, it is what it is, J-Net. Good to have you in here, man. I feel you. Like, you keep wanting to go a little bit more. My parlays are usually going to be a little bit more just like correlated for reasons and not necessarily just because I want to put a couple picks together. But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to tell y'all to not hit those parlays. We need to make some money here. So does Trey Murphy still have value on the boards? If it's 5.5, I think so. Let me take a look at that. But we got a lot of comments and I think I'm almost at the bottom. So let me just get to the bottom of the comments here and then we just get into it. Walter Clayton, hell yeah. We love Walter Clayton on this show and on the Swishland model projections. We'll take a look at that. Let me see real quick. Yes, sir. Is the Blazers on the second leg, right, of a B2B tonight? Yeah, because Drew hit for me last night. So we'll take a look at Drew again tonight. Okay, so he did get a downgrade. Thank you for this, Clipper Nation. I'm gonna double check once again. Did that? I'm gonna start sharing my screen. Let me just do that. We can do everything at once. How crazy is that? Let's see real quick. Window. What am I sharing here? I forgot how to do this, y'all. Share my window here. Go into the right screen. Stand by. Probably should get the right banner up. I got my NFL scrolling on the bottom here. We're gonna figure it out though. Promise you that. And go. Got my tweets up. Let's get over to just Underdog real quick. I want to just see if they've got some updates. Yeah, Sasser out, LeVert out. So all these Pistons are out. And then, damn, Brandon Miller's hurt again, dude. That's why you don't draft him in fantasy. Somebody did me a favor by doing that in front of me. And we still don't have any of this stuff that we need. Like, look at all these dudes now. And then, yeah, Jaylen Brown's got this tag right here. This is as of like an hour ago. So we got to wait on all these guys for some bets that we're going to make, but this is the site right here. These are the projections. And I'm going to be, like I said, I got these comments started so I can go back and we can look at them through there. Let's see, Cade and Tyrese, points for Cade and Tyrese. We can look at both those dudes. Cody was at the World Series. Mazel tov, my guy. That's sick. That was a fire game for sure. I bet you had a great time, bro. I would love to see if you got some pictures from that game. That was a fire game too. Yeah, Drew, everything is a wagon, dude. They're undervaluing him all over the place. We had him for like 30 PRA yesterday, and he got that pretty easily, right? In the first half, he was close to 20 in the first half. Points for Şengün. Let me put that up. We'll take a look at it. Najee Marshall boards coming from Mike himself. And I'm almost through, I believe. You want to know about offensive rebounds and dunk guy. Oh, are you playing that on Prize Picks? Yeah, that's tough. I don't have as much for that anymore. I was looking at that kind of stuff on Prize Picks before I no longer can really bet on Prize Picks. But all right, I got a Devin Vassell threes look here. I got that in the CBiz. What's up, man? Got that in the queue right now. All right, and then did I get the Jordan Poole one? Let's take a look at Jordan. What's J Poole been up to? Let's take a look. But let's start at the top here with all these star ones. So let's get to AD. I'm gonna see what the model looks like on this one real quick. And you've got Pacheco and Mariota. Interesting. That is an interesting one. If Mariota gets that 13-yard rush, that's nice. I do think the yards for him are good in general. And then, yeah, I mean, they're going to they should run the ball a ton. I think they're going to zag a little bit from all the passing they've been doing. That's my breakdown for the game tonight is like, it's going to be gross. I think it's going to be nasty, and I'd be taking a few unders here and there when I can. But 50 plus for Pacheco doesn't seem bad. Let's pull up Anthony. Let's just pull up the filter by team, actually. Let's go Dallas for a minute. And then let's filter this by minutes so that we get the most minutes at the top. Caleb Martin will not be playing the most minutes. PJ looks like he's listed for some minutes here, and then AD's at 28.5. We've got him for about 23. This all feels right. And then 11 boards, 3 dimes. So these would be AD's points, assists, rebounds right here. If you're talking about him for 26.5 PA, that's about what we have him at. So I don't know if you have much of an edge on the assist there. But if you like the dimes for a specific reason, I'd love to know what that one is, Fly Price. Like if you're like, this is the look here against OKC, he's not going to be able to get, all the way to the bucket against their bigs, something to that effect. Then I'm here for that. I'm not totally scared of their bigs, to be honest. I think their defense is all on the perimeter, but SGA, let's look at that. And I'll look at the props madness stuff too. So if you're, I guess, let me just make sure I'm not missing anything with your assist look here for this game's all the way down here for AD, right? I guess they don't have a point guard as part of the thinking. What's his potential has been at 5, 5, and 4. So I actually played under 4.5 assists in game 1. And then I haven't gone back to it because I just don't even feel like paying attention to Dallas. I'm gonna be honest with you. Sorry, I'm finishing the Fly Price one real quick. So I'm just not there with the assists. If that's your look for him and you have something more that I'm just not seeing as an angle, then I'm there for it. But it's not like they all of a sudden don't have a point guard in that he can get those assists. In fact, I think it's hilarious that J Kidd had to swallow everything he knows about basketball and play D'Angelo Russell, because I know he does not want to play D'Angelo Russell. And then he got 8 shots up. And as far as the assists for D'Lo go, he had 6 on 7 potentials. Does this team even pass the ball? Does anybody have potential assists? That's disgusting. So I might not be there with that. I think the points for AD, you could get there with it, but I hate this team right now, man. So I got really nothing for the Mavs, to be honest with you. But looking at the SGA points that we have from Tonio, man, they're 32.5. Like for SGA, this is what it's going to be all season. I'm not sure you're going to have much of an edge on like 32.5. He's averaging 40 right now because he had the 55 piece against the Pacers. But if you look at let's make this not Dallas, make it OKC. Pull up this stuff right here. So we have him at 30 tonight. And what's the spread of this game? Like 10.5, right? Maybe a little bit more. So the spread here for tonight, Dallas OKC, is 9 points. I think that's a little bit baked into this, right? Like SGA at 30 minutes is in part because he's been playing that as they blow teams out, right? 29 in the last one, 45 because of OT, 2 OTs, right? 2 double OTs. So that's why he played that many minutes. But the model still has him anchored to 29.5 minutes because it knows that he played in double OT. So it's not going to go crazy and be like, oh, well, he's going to play 40 minutes tonight because it's awesome, and because Swish is awesome. So for the 30 minutes here, that would lead to 32.5 points, 5.8 assists, 4.5 boards. Here's my thing, right? Like, I'm not saying that you have to just listen to the model, bow down to it, and say it will do what you say. Like what you say will happen. It's not an oracle. What it will do, though, is help you sort of like shape your bets a little bit, keep you boundaried, right, and keep you sort of tethered so you don't just go crazy and start being like Shea for 40. It doesn't see that happening. And if there was a reason for it to happen, then might take that into consideration. I don't think this should be a very close game. And if it is, then it's probably because they're locking up SGA to a degree. So I'm not necessarily there with the points for him tonight. Hope that makes sense. Pusha P, I don't have anything for him either. I just wanted to agree with you, Sean, that like I'm currently on a not necessarily just wait and see, because I just need his props to come down. Like they're just too silly high for where he's at. And like I said, keep in mind that he's playing against other starters now. He's not playing the backups and just tooling on dudes who are backups in the league. So the points, hasn't shot well. That's a big part of what finally shot 50%, but that was after shooting like 35% in the first 2 games. The potentials and the touches for him, like 9, 13, 10. That's his potential assists. That might seem beatable. Maybe against the Pelicans, who we know last season gave up a ton of assists, but nothing there for me right now. I think he is definitely a stay away on the moment, but I'm never going to ban the little man with the bong in his backpack. Jalen. Oh, also, just so y'all know too, I never do this. I'm just doing the show, but like, if you do want to jump into props madness as well, this is what I use for like matchup stuff, right? When I'm getting a little bit more of the matchup data, the heads up stuff, rather than just market numbers and playing odds correctly, which we use the model for. This is going to be a little bit more like, what's the matchup telling me, and the specific data, right? Like the defense, how they play. So if you want to use Props Madness, it's code LYB when you sign up. That gets you 25% off first month, and you can use that to get a 7-day trial, see if you like it before you get any of that stuff. But all right, and I hope y'all are jumping into the comments because we're still rolling through. But if you have anything else, I'm still taking it. Jalen Johnson, we still don't have anything, right? And I'm assuming that if somebody gets a Jalen Johnson update, that they're gonna let us know in the show, right? That we can get a little bit of the of the updates from y'all, because that'll be super helpful. So still nothing on Jalen, and yeah, no updates from Underdog NBA. All right, cool. Keep it rolling then. We've got JJ. I got to wait on JJ. I guess I'll just take a quick look at this Hawks and Bulls game in general, because there's points to be had in that game. So Gidey is still questionable. And then we got Ayo. Look at that. We got Ayo lines right here. Ayo. 2.5 boards. Jesus. 9 rebound chances in the first game. Why 2.5 boards? That's insane. What? Let's go to Chicago. Swish, am I crazy? What? Is he not better than, how many did he average last season? 24, 25. I guess he only ever averaged 3 a game, but that's crazy if he's playing minutes. What about when he played minutes? Let's give him like 26 to 30, which he definitely could play tonight if Giddey's out. Then what's he? He's got to be at 4 boards. He's at 3.8. All right. I think 4 boards is a lot better of a projection. I guess he is playing shooting guard this season, hella. But we've got everybody out that we know is out, like Kobe and Zach Collins. And then Giddey is questionable. But if he does play, we like him at 30 minutes. I'm looking at Chicago for a minute, even though I know you asked about Jalen Johnson, because Ayo caught my eye. We still have him at 24.5, 12.5 points. That seems to be what he's at points-wise. What do we have him for boards? Probably 3. I'm probably tripping. I don't know why I think he's a better rebounder than he is, but we have him at 3, so that makes sense. I still think 2.5 is a beatable number for rebounds for Ayo Dosunmu. He's going to trip and fall into 3 rebounds if he plays 30 minutes, but we got to see if Josh Giddey is playing, because if he doesn't play, then yeah, you can get 30 minutes from Ayo, but if he's playing, you're probably still looking at like 27 minutes from Ayo, which is what he played in the first 2 games. But you asked me about Jalen Johnson. You didn't ask me about Ayo, so why am I talking about him? I guess because I can. Jalen Johnson, questionable. If he plays, great. Yes, all of it. Love this dude to the moon. All of it. Great. Wonderful. This is terrible defense on both sides. I guess he's going to get Matas in that situation, so maybe he'll learn him a thing or two, but the boards are a bit high. The points and even assists are a bit high for me. Assists should be about 4.5 for the season, and rebounds should be about 8.5 for the season for Jalen. So let's pull up ATL again on the projections. Jalen, we have him at 27 minutes, and I think that's I don't think that's taken into consideration injury. That's just he hasn't played much. He got 26 against Orlando, because I guess that's where he got hurt too, right? So that's a big reason why his minutes projection is low. So not much for him in terms of the projections. That's going to be tied to the low minutes he's played so far more than anything. This is a great matchup though. So if he does play and looks like he's full health, then I think we go ahead and just, I think 20 points for him should be where he's at on the season if he's playing full minutes. But all right, rolling through the starred ones still so we can keep it moving. Jaylen Brown, we got to wait and see. So I'm not going to take any time to do that right now. But 5.5 boards for Jalen if he were playing against the Pels. I guess I am doing that right now. JB Rebs this season. I mean, I was targeting rebounds and assists last year when he played without Tatum, and we know he's playing without Tatum this year, but it's a different squad too. 11, 10, 14 potentials. I don't really want to take him to get 6 rebounds on 10 or 11 rebound chances, which is about what he's averaging right now. So I don't know if I'm going to be there with that. I know the Pelicans aren't necessarily a good rebounding team. I certainly don't think they are. So I agree with you. But the Celtics suck at rebounding too, right? Let me just look at how we're rebound percentage for both these squads right quick. Advanced on NBA stats, looking at rebound percentage. You can look at Utah, and we're talking about Boston. I think we're going to need to, Boston's second worst. So, like, as bad as the Pellies might be rebounding wise, the Boston Celtics have the second worst rebound percentage in the league. It's because their centers are Neemias Queta and like Xavier Tillman. It's not going to really work out. That's why I would like Zion PRA because of that matchup, and the model loves him, and I love his rebounds, and I'm on NFL. I like his rebounds. I like his points, even at 25.5. I like all that stuff for Zion. I know that the model also likes Zion. If we look at him, going to filter this for minutes again. We have him at about 33 minutes. 26 points is fair. I think 8.5 boards is fair. I would still take over 7.5 against the Celtics team and the rebounding that he could be in for this game. So I do like that for him. For Zion, if you're there for the PRA, I don't mind the assists. Actually, what are they now for him? Let me go to Zion. And I should see what the boards are at. 7.5 boards I like, and a little double, and then 5.5 dimes is still beatable. It's just that he's ran kind of hot on the dimes, like 9 potentials for 7 potentials for 5. That's running hot. Like I don't want to have to bank on that consistently. That's not how I want to bet on him. But he's questionable anyway. So welcome to the NBA day like 6 of this shit, man. All All right, keeping it moving. All right, cool. Yeah, let's look at the Rockets game. I do like Reed. I like backups and young guys. So Reed is a look here, and then we just got to consider the bench for the Nets, which is doo doo. And like, I mean, the bench isn't even that bad. It's just the whole team is doo doo. The bench is somewhat close to the starters. So I think Reed, to your point, is a good bet. I do like him for over 9.5. Actually, didn't get that bet down yet. Son of a bitch. This game starts at 5. I got 2 hours to get that bet in. What an asshole. All right. So yeah, I do like Reed though. I think he's going to get more minutes. Look at, these matchups are tough. He played the Thunder and he played the Pistons, two nasty perimeter defenses, especially that he's going up against in close games for his squad, right? They lost by 1, lost by 4, 20 minutes and 28 minutes because of OT as well. But yeah, like these are tough matchups, man. So I think this is one where, because of the ease of the matchup, because they would like to have been playing him anyway, then he's going to be the dude leading the backups by what, like the middle end of the third quarter. I'm so low on this Nets team. I could not be lower on a basketball team. But so I like Reed. And then as far as Şengün goes, 21.5 points is low. Also, because he's not going to need to score that much this season. Let's just call it what it is. Like, he had a big game. Once they started dumping it down to him in that OKC loss, right, in OT, and at the end of the fourth, it was like his world. But yeah, the assists when you get him at like 4.5, yeah, they're crazy now. 6.5 is silly. He's also run hot. What we would say, like 13 potentials for 7 assists. All right, that's pretty fair. And then 7 on 9, that's not going to be consistent, right? It's usually about 50% of the potentials, 55 maybe if you're on a good team, turn into actual assists for guys. So for Şengün, like, keep that in mind. But one more thing I want to let y'all know too. I had this running last time. I'm going to run it again for you guys. If you do want to jump into the VIP on the site, you can get a free month if you sign up using Novig. Sign up for Novig using code LYB. I'll go ahead and get you a free month onto the site. You can use the projections, get all the bets that we're putting down, all that kind of stuff. So just sign up for Novig. It's linked in the description of the video. And then email me and let me know you did that. It's support@landyourbets.com. Quick little plug for anybody who does want a free month. You can test this out. I'll have a free trial on there for like a week for anybody who just wants to do it that way. But if you don't have Novig too, it is legit. Like, I know I'm just like shelling a sports book, but it's an exchange, and it is a place that you'll be able to find some odds if you want to bet against other people and not necessarily bet against a sports book. Sounds nice, but there are smart people out there too. So be careful using it. I just say it's a good platform to at least have an account with, as you should with all of them. So check that out. And like I said, just email us support@landyourbets.com. Let us know you signed up. We'll hook it up for you. But all right, back to a couple of other things. I'm out on Şengün assists. In fact, you're starting to get me to an under, except for it's minus 156 on the dimes there. Points at 21.5 in a blowout, I don't really want any part of. In fact, if I was going to be looking at this blowout and playing it sort of like intelligently and play maybe some alt like parlay stuff here, it would be like parlay Şengün under PRA with KD under PRA with any of this stuff, and then what's their names? The Rockets to cover the spread, right? Minus 12.5, $1.5 million, whatever it is now for them. What is the spread? 15.5. So take them minus 15.5, then parlay it with all of them to go under, right? All the starters to go under, maybe an over for a guy like Reed Sheppard. Find yourself a nice like 50-1 little parlay with all that sort of game theory mixed together. I think you'll find some nice stuff in that Nets and Rockets game, but that's really the only way that I would be playing it. So that's where I'm at with Reed. And then the Murphy boards, I had a couple people bring that up. So if we're looking back at that Pelly's game with the Trey Murphy board specifically, is it 5.5 for plus money? Okay. I mean, I can still get with it. It was nice when Yves Missy wasn't playing, and we still don't know about Zion. The thing is, like, if Zion's in, we might even get these pushed down further for Trey Murphy. But the rebound chances are what stand out to me. 20 is crazy. 46 minutes, it's not going to be what he gets unless they play another bunch of overtimes, but I don't think that's the case. So if you put him at, let's see what the model has Trey at here. We've got NOP up still. So we've got him as the leading minute guy. 20 points is fair. This was like 18.5. I missed it. So 20 plus for him would have been a nice bet. But then the boards, we have at 7.6 in that 35 minutes. And I think that's reasonable because of the rebound chances that really stand out. Like 13 against Memphis, play fast for sure. And then the 20 and 46, it's like every other minute though. So it's like pretty good rebound chance numbers for Trey Murphy that make me do like the rebounds at 5.5 or plus money. Feels a little suckery, but I think I might go in one more time on the Trey Murphy against a bad rebounding team. For the boards for sure. So I do like that look. And I know a couple of y'all had it. So I appreciate that one there. And then, yeah, let's talk about our boy. I do think Walter Clayton's a good look. If you guys are not familiar with the tall ball handler, facilitator, slasher, He's just good. Can he shoot? I don't know if he can shoot. Swish, can he shoot? You'll let me know. Let the chat know if he can shoot. But either way, let me see how many threes he's been shooting. 1 for 3, 1 for 3s. 3 and 18 and 20 minutes means he is willing to take them. So how good he is, I'm not sure. I'm not quite familiar with the young man's game from deep, but I do know that he can get to the bucket, and I do know that he can set other dudes up, and I do think the PRA is still playable for him, and that is someone that we have a nice edge on according to the model. So we have him at 14.5. This was way low earlier, and now he's had a couple good games going over, so he's going to start to catch attention here. He didn't even get lined for one of these games for his PRA because I think the second game they just didn't line him, even though they did in the first one, and he went over for whatever reason. Maybe there was some weirdness with the lineups, but more importantly for like Walter Clayton in this one against the Suns, I'm not afraid of anyone. I don't think the Suns are the worst defense in the league by any means, and Dylan Brooks might not play. That hurts everything. But they're certainly not the best defensive team, and this is fine for me. So for Walter Clayton, we have him at about 20. If we're looking at Utah, and we pull up the minutes for him, we have him at about 20 minutes, and then 20 PRA in that 20 minutes, which is about what he's been doing, right? Is about 1 PRA per minute so far this season. So I think we like that too. Brand PT, that's a good look. Appreciate that. Moving to, do we still have Drew stuff? Let's see if that's up at this point on the back-to-back for the Blazers against Los Lakers. And that, I mean, the Lakers are probably going to be better on defense tonight than they would be if you had Luka out there. And I think Marcus Smart's playing, but let's see what Drew's at now. So last night we got him at 21.5 PRA. Now you got to take him at 24.5. I still think it's a beatable number. I'm sure we still have him based on like touches. That's a big part of what goes in the model too, is like how involved are you when you're on the floor? How many touches per minute do you have? Stuff like that. And so I'm confident that we're going to have nice numbers for Drew. We even have him at 29 minutes, 14.5 points, 6 dimes, and the 5 boards. So what's that? 15, 26. So we're getting close, right? And this is a back-to-back. He's not the youngest of men anymore, but he still can. He's going to get some minutes. We said, 29.5 minutes in part, or 29 minutes in part because he is it's the back-to-back, like we said. So like we're not positive how he's going to play yet on the second night of these 2 games in a row kind of things. So I might wait a little bit on Drew tonight, even though we still have a slight edge on him on the PRA. And if you look at the rebounds and assists, 10.5, slight edge. Once again, I think we're at like 11 or 12. Yeah, 11.5. So only a slight edge on the RA itself. I think, they're kind of, once you see that like 3, that bump of 3 in the PRA from one night to the next, you're starting to lose me a little bit. Cade and Tyrese. All right, not playing each other, but let's start with Cade. 25.5. I thought it was interesting that Cade was at a 27.5 point prop yesterday, 8.5 dimes, and now he was at 38 minutes. Now he's at 20, back down to 25.5 against the Cavs, who, by the way, I don't respect that much. Like as a team, like I know they're gonna be good on offense, and I know that down low they're very good on defense. But if you do one quick exercise where you take the Cavs starting lineup and you put them next to a team like, I don't know, the Boston Celtics if they had Tatum, or take another team full of wings, even the New York Knicks, right? You're like, sorry, so who's guarding OG? Who's guarding Jalen Brunson? Who's guarding these guys? We know who's guarding Cat. Who's guarding the best wing player on the other team? Sam Merrill, like Max Strus, DeAndre Hunter. Those are your wing stoppers. So I'm just all the fading of the Cavs going far in the playoffs. I want all of that stock, essentially. During the regular season, their offense is going to work, and once they get Garland back, they're going to look good. But that's where I'm at with this squad, man. As far as the Cade stuff goes, I don't have anything for him right now. 24 shots, 18 shots, 16 shots, a little sporadic. They're not blowing anybody out, right? They're winning these games like 4 points, 6 points, what have you. So yeah, I'm not like in a rush to bet that. Same for his assists. Yesterday, 12 potentials against Boston. I'm not ready to look at like data on the season, right? The Cavs are 16th in assists allowed. It's been 3 games. We don't really want to use that just yet. Another reason why, Props Madness is going to get more helpful as time goes on and we get more data. So I'm not necessarily there with Cade. Tyrese, I'm always going to be a fan of, but 28.5 against the Magic still isn't like awesome. Last year against the Magic, 29 in one game. That was obviously without Embiid. Embiid's not playing tonight. All these were without Embiid and everybody, including Paul George. So it could be, but it's like, this is still a good defense. And the Magic offense, by the way, has yet to show us that it improved. It's still terrible and the worst 3-point shooting offense in the league. But I'm weary of too many props in this game. I think what's the total? Probably like 212 or something. I think it's that low for a reason, unless it's higher than that and I'm wrong. But 227. It is way higher than that. And it got bet up. So maybe I'm wrong and you want to bet on this game because somebody's betting this up from 223 to 227 and a half. This is not the game I'm taking Maxi to get 30 plus for like plus 112, right? That's not where I'm at. So did the Şengün stuff. Najee boards. Let's take a look at that, Mike. And then I'll jump back in the comments for a sec to see if there's anything we missed before we roll out in a little bit. But pulling up Najee against the Thunder. So Najee Rebs, because we've just got him and AD and we got PJ, right, in the front court, but we've got Najee looking good on the board so far, 10, 11, and this is with Lively playing, who is now out, right? We've established that Lively is in fact out. I just want to make sure it says it right here. Hold up. Dallas game. So it doesn't look like Lively's necessarily out yet. Looks like he's still listed in. Let me make sure I'm not crazy. Didn't get anything new on that, but I thought he was already ruled out. I guess he's still questionable. He's not even questionable, so maybe I'm just tripping. Yeah, doubtful. Okay, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. So he's probably not going to play for Derek Lively, which is great. And we don't actually have him out yet, which is probably going to impact those Najee boards, which we do have at 6.5. So we like Najee boards too, Mike, and you can get 5 for plus money, and that's before Lively's been officially ruled out. So I like that look, Mike. I'm going to write that down for myself. He's been getting the rebound chances. This is not a team you want to take to do too much against for OKC. And Najee, we'll see. Like, what do we have him on the minutes right now for Najee? Najee, yeah, we have him at 33 minutes, which is probably a big part of this. So if he does get those kind of minutes, what's he been playing this year? 25, 25, 23. And we still like him for big minutes in this game. Maybe that's not totally right, but I still think like 5-6 boards for plus money is a pretty good look for Najee there. Let me do these last two right here. We got Devin Vassell threes. Man, I have not been looking at the Spurs. Can I be honest with you? Like, I just go see what Wemby's stuff is, watch some Wemby stuff, and then kind of call it on this squad. But Devin Vassell, I think Devin Vassell is just going to be like the epitome of average for his whole NBA career. That might sound mean, but being an average NBA player still means you're better than 99.99999% of the world at basketball. That's pretty sick. 30, but he's getting big minutes, right? You got the 40 in OT, but it's like a pretty high floor for him. So he's been pulling 6 threes, 14 threes, and 4 threes. That's sporadic as hell. That's so Devin Vassell too. Classic Devin. The points make me feel a lot better, but 16.5 is still going to be on the high side for Devin Vassell very consistently. When you look at his points per minute and everything, let's see what we like him at here. What is Swishland saying about it? What you got to say? 33 minutes, 17 points, 2.75 threes. That's not quite telling us that like there's much edge on his stuff tonight. So I'm probably staying away from Devin tonight. Jay Poole, what about his threes? Let's go to that squad. Where are you at? Boston, Nowlands. Jay Poole, threes. We got 2.5. Oh, miss me, sir. Please miss me with that. What's his 7 attempts, 9 attempts, and we need him to make 3 for minus 154. Nah, if you had this like closer to like minus 110 or something, you might be able to talk me into it. But all right, I know I miss a bunch of stuff here. Yeah, I like that take. Like, don't sleep on the Heat being a little bit better than people think too, by the way. Like, I know that they're not sexy. I hope Tyler Hero doesn't come back for their sake, to be honest. Like, I hope he just goes somewhere else, because this defense with their ability to play fast and still defend with the starters that they have, it's a nice squad, man. Let's see if there's anything that intrigues me here. I don't know about Ryan Dunn Rebs. The Jazz are good at they're good down low. They're good where Walker Kessler is, basically. So I'm not feeling awesome about Suns stuff like that. You were talking about Ryan Dunn on the boards. That's not quite what he's looked good this year. Let me bite my tongue for a minute. So 15 in that game against the Kings, 6 and then 11. So 15, 21, 32. So like 10 rebound chances per game. Yeah, to get 5 minus money, big minus money. But like, you got to extrapolate this so that it average it out to 11, right? It goes to 11. That probably didn't go That probably didn't land with many people. But either way, I think 11 rebound chances on average is likely going to keep going down. And I don't think he's an awesome rebounder anyway. And this is a good rebounding team. Rebound percentage, I think, they number one? Yeah, this is a very good rebounding team. It's the best right now in terms of rebound percentage for the Yaz. So I'm not in a rush to take Suns rebounds necessarily. So yeah, I don't think I can get next to the Ryan Dunn. Rudy, oof. I mean, I don't want to right now, man. I'm probably going to just get mean about it. This is somebody that's interesting to me, CBiz, PJ tonight. Yeah, PJ tonight, he might, that would be somebody of interest. If with Lively out, now you're talking about AD, PJ, Najee, right? And that would be where I'd be leaning. Like some PR for PJ might be the play. Let me see where we're at with PJ. Again, I don't love talking about the Mavs right now. They're really sad to me. Boards for PJ. Yeah, he's been boarding this season, even with the big lineup, but that's running hot. 8 on 7, 9 on 14, 5 on 7. I don't know if you can bank on that. I mean, I honestly think he might be the beneficiary of Lively and Gafford and AD being on the floor, and then they box out bigs, and then PJ Washington's playing the 3 at like 6'9", and is he 6'9"? I'm gonna get called out if he's not 6'9", because everybody loves to talk about how I don't know people's heights, but how tall is PJ Washington? I know this is petty of me. But y'all are petty. Okay, he's 6'7". He's still gonna be taller than the dudes guarding him. And also, these dudes lie. Anyway, let's keep it rolling. Someone's gonna be like, "You dumbass, he's 6'5" or some stupid shit." All right, for PJ though, I do like the PR. What's that at right now? 20.5. Lord Almighty, it's high. Yeah, he's been running hot on the boards, man. I think I might be out on the on that for PJ just for that right now, and I'm out on this team in general. So, I think Swish got back to you on this one. He does like our boy Harper here, and I do. I mean, Dylan Harper's nasty, dude. He's like taller De'Aaron Fox, kind of, maybe a better shot. Like, yeah, he's going to be good. And D Fox is not back yet. He was actually potentially going to play today, but I do think so. Yeah, weird spot for Castle. So if this is about Castle versus Harper, then I'm with it. That like I'm Harper's the future. I think Stephon Castle needs to learn how to shoot threes and quickly if he wants to stay on the floor for the Spurs when they have those lineups out there, because they're going to run out of 3-point shooters. If he can't make threes, then he might not have a spot. So I like that look there and the consistency there. I do think Merrill probably keeps it going. I don't have any reason not to. I know we still like him, but I think the lines are catching up for Sam, for Come Over Sam. That should definitely be his name. Where's Come Over at? There he is. Look at that part, man. Whew, that hair. The points are at 11.5. That's still beatable, dude. Right? I mean, the thing is, so this is what I was talking about with Swish earlier. He's taking 11 shots every time. Like, it's 11 shots every game so far this season. 9 threes, 10 threes, 10 threes. And the threes are at 3.5 for plus money. Like this dude Steph Curry over here. So this price is ceilinged, right? It has definitely hit its peak at this point. Like, I don't think it would get much higher than this at all this season for Sam Merrill. When you look at his threes, especially, I'd rather just take the points, even though the threes are so crucial. Like three free throws, 4 free throws. So he's getting like 3 points a game from the free throw line. Take that. Take those 3 points right there from the free throw line he's averaging right now, and just take the points and don't worry about the threes. Even though he's shooting that many threes, I think you get a little bit better edge here with the points. Let's see what the Los model thinks about him. We need to name the model something. Swish. I guess let me see what Swish thinks about it, right? Like, or Swishland or something, or just like Harold or Bob or something like simple like that. I just hate saying the model. Let's see what the model thinks about it. Sound like such a fucking tool. The Sam Merrill stuff here. 14. I see 14 points in 31 minutes. I see that, right? The model likes it. 3.75. The threes don't really give you an edge. So I'm with the points for Sam Merrill. I have that written down too. I just haven't bet it yet. Let me see real quick. Big Val. Oh, Big Val. Talking about Joe Val here. Joe Val's a machine, dude. Where's he at? Let's see. How many minutes is he getting? Right? He's the dude giving Jokic a break finally, but he doesn't get lines. He never gets lines because he plays fucking 10 minutes and gets 27 rebounds. What's he at? Yeah, so 8, 12, 3, 7. in 12 minutes and 13. Yeah, he's just going to keep doing that. If we get a Jovel offer, I'm with it. Like, I like that look there. And then, yeah, T2, what's up, my guy? Talking about Simons. I think Simons. Oh, I like that. Walker Kessler 3. Look, we're getting nasty with it. That's spicy. And then the Simons stuff. Like, I think we keep an eye on Simons if JB does sit this game. And keep an eye on Jaylen Brown, on Anthony Simons coming in with a low points number. We didn't get an update on Jaylen Brown yet. I'm sure somebody would have hit me up and let me know that because we're all okay. So Zion is out, Risa in, Giddy in, Kristaps in, Jalen in. They were all at practice. We should have been on that sort of as a thought, but all those dudes just got ruled in the last minute. So keep that in mind. We'll come back to that in a sec. Do I have to roll some? I got some time. Look at my wrist. I got time today. So where do I want to go to? So then we don't know about JB. And my point was that Anthony Simons will be a good look. And you can still get Anthony Simons right now. 14.5. I know he hasn't done that yet, but this is like Swish. This is somebody saying like JB's out, right? Or is the market just waiting? I don't even know anymore, man, in the NBA. I really don't. I try to like get ahead of this stuff and be like, oh, this tells me that maybe he will or won't play. Like, I don't, how the hell am I supposed to know? Like, none of us do. Maybe somebody has that info, but all right, cool. Yeah. See, that's the other sick thing about the model. Jesus. That's the other sick thing about Bob, which is currently the temporary name for the model is now Bob, because I'm not keeping saying the model. So Bob likes this. Bob is going to be able to update real quick as soon as we get these Pellies in like a few minutes. Everything is just pouring through into here. All the info saying this dude is now out or whatever. And then Bob does his thing and goes, okay, well then bet on homie over here, or the usage goes up for player B over there or whatever. Right. And then we get these numbers spit out nicely to us. So we don't even have to think. We can just go, oh, sick. Okay. 33 minutes is what you got. Sick. That works for me. Nice. Nice, Carlos. Nice. Also, what a terrible idea for Clippers fans to be like chanting FBI at the Blazers. Like, your team is also under investigation. What are you doing? Stop calling the FBI over to the Clippers home court. What is it called? I don't remember this name of their stupid new stadium. And yeah, Zion out. So yeah, let's get back to the trade boards. Let's look at some Chicago, Atlanta stuff, and then I'll probably roll out in a sec. This is straight up an injury show, dog. Like, that's what the NBA has forced us into, is just we're an injury report show now. That's all we got. So no more Zion. And now apparently the only book holding stuff right now is Caesars, but this stuff's all going to start repopulating, and that is going to impact Bob, who's going to come out with some numbers. So yeah, you can see minus 110. This was plus 100 before Zion was ruled out. That's what I'm saying. We could have tried to get ahead of it and been like, let's bet Trey now. And if Zion is out, then we've got a great number and we're holding CLV. But like, at the end of the day right now, man, in the NBA since last season, I look at CLV and I'm like, lit. Like, I don't think that's going to do much. I don't think CLV is going to be much of an indication of your success in the NBA right now. All right. So, especially because there's so many freaking people betting it. Let's see if there's anything else I want to, yeah, like that's cool. I'm still with the Trey stuff. Like, I think you're right. Like, he's basically going to be like power forward, swingman, everything. So like maybe some Trey PRA even. He's going to have the ball in his hands a ton. Like, those touches probably go up. And I think we'll see that here in a minute. Let me go back and like basically refresh. It might not be changed yet, but as soon as we see Zion ruled out in Bob, now it's gonna get weird. As soon as we see him ruled out though here, let's see with Zion. Let me see minutes right here. So Zion's not yet ruled out. When Zion gets ruled out officially and it pulls through, it takes like 10 minutes from the moment that it happens. Anywhere inside 10 minutes though, so that should be updating soonish. And then, wait, would you make this trade? Not if I'm the Sixers, I wouldn't. Unless you think you have a chance this season. Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. If you're playing 2K, maybe. If you're playing real life basketball, you want VJ Edgecombe stock for sure, dude. This has got a future. All right, let's see. So what did I say about Giddey? He's in. Yeah, so Giddey's in. Let's see what we get for AO now. AO. Yeah, so we got him at 12.5. Yesterday we had 11.5, or 2 days ago, whatever. So we still probably have him at 27 minutes, about 12 points. And I mean, look, like when this is what I keep showing people, is just like when he played without Kobe last year, Kobe White. He hasn't played with him this year. Let's look at last year and go without Kobe White. in these games without Kobe, 5 games, 16 points. The shots were up at like 13, 13, 6, 10, 30. So like, 11, 12, 13 shots per game for Ayo. The threes, not, what is it? 1.5 plus money. What are the attempts at this is last season. Last season was 4.8 per game without Kobe. This season, he's taken 4 and 5. So like, to make 2, like, yeah, if he takes 5, great. I like it. It is the Hawks. I don't think that's what you target with him though. Personally, unless you have an angle on that I'm missing, I'm with it. The points, and if we still get 2.5 on the boards, like I'm still with it. Honestly, I know he only had 1 against the Magic, but like the Magic are the Magic, man. So it's tougher to rebound on them than most teams. The Hawks, it is not tougher to rebound on them. It's easier to rebound on them than most teams. I think PR is the look, and you could even just go PRA if you just think his usage will be high enough in a fast-paced game. Yeah, maybe like 15 and 3 or just take it. But yeah, I like all the Ayo stuff here. So I do think Ayo points, rebounds is the best play to look at it. I agree with this. Who is playing center for the Suns? Oso Ighodaro, right? I like that look. I'm going to finish this Sun stuff, but I do like the Walker Kessler look for all y'all. When it comes to, I don't know what his numbers are right now, so I'd have to look at it. But I know that I like the idea of Walker Kessler without looking at it. Let me just try to run through this game a little bit more, though, because like I said, there's stats to be had in this one, Maine. I think we look at what happened against Detroit as a little bit more likely of what's going to happen against Atlanta, not what happened against this Magic squad. I don't really have much matchup stuff on this. So I think I'm still I'm basically targeting Ayo. I know where, let's see, did Trey Jones get some better assist numbers? 5.5. Yeah, he was at 6.5. If this drops down to 5.5, I'm with it for sure. That'll be the last thing I'll point out to y'all is that Trey Jones is a walking dime. So 11. If We the Fifth is in here, you know what I mean by that. He is a walking assist. You know what I mean by that. Let me get back to Trey real quick. Where are you at? Oh, no. Did we miss? Oh, no. Do we not have Trey Jones in there yet? Oh, I'm in the team, you dumbass. So Trey Jones is not a team. 27 minutes and 6 assists. That feels right, but like that might even be shortchanging him a bit against the Hawks. So if you like the matchup here, then you get a little bit of a bump. And if we can get these at like minus 130, then yeah, I think I like this stuff here, man. So I'm with all that, but all right, y'all. I am going to be, I don't know if I'm back with a live show or not this week. I have to take a look at stuff. It's been crazy. I'm buried, but appreciate everybody. Remember, this is landyourbets.com if you're interested. So we're going to keep coming back and showing this model here and there. Obviously, it's like you come on the site and subscribe if you do want to get this stuff every single day. And then the bets that I'm putting down are also on there as well. So yeah, I'm with all that. Appreciate you guys. I'll be back with the episode for tomorrow's 5-gamer as well tonight. And then we'll have early NFL lines tomorrow on the show. Plus, we'll have my Thursday night video that comes out on Wednesday. But appreciate everybody tuning in. See y'all soon. And until I do, happy betting.